Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so blessed and honored to be back with everybody tonight, and I'm actually looking at you guys because I'm not sitting in a chair that's so low down. All you're seeing is my neck. So I'm going to try to get through this mess as quickly as possible. I'm going to try not to be like the guy I've got on my shirt here, but I'm just going to be straightforward with you. Because honestly speaking, I don't have the fan running right now because all you hear is that going in the background. But again, I'm so blessed that I'll be back with everybody tonight. And let me just get my mic stand out of the way. I'm so blessed that I'll be with everybody. And it's so nice being able to sit up. Much better. Oh, there we go. My picture came back. Praise the Lord. Oh, it's so nice. I don't know why I get that yellow, and then it finally... I think my camera needs to have some coffee so I can keep up with me. Amen? But so sorry. I've just been crazy busy. Plus, I've been sick. Voice hasn't been my friend. I'm going to try to get through messages without passing out because the heat in here is about 90 degrees. Most days it's about, let me see, 79 degrees right now. So I'm going to try to get through this before it gets to 90 in here. But, yeah, or I pass out from it. But I'm so blessed that I'll be back with everybody. So tonight I'm talking about in the Half-Life series. Jeez, I got to look over my board because on this thing, forget it. I'm talking about childhood principles. Now, I was taught a lot of stuff as a kid. I'm not afraid to say that. And honestly speaking, I'm going to cover a few of the basics. And this is going to drive me nuts, holding this thing. Sorry, I had to go back to my mic stand because holding my mic and my hands lately, it's like I pat my hand. My hands lately, it's like I've patted my hands down. Now with about 6 sticks of butter. I haven't been able to keep a grip of anything. So again, I'm so blessed to be back with everybody. Yeah, just to be honest with everybody, yeah. So I am using my mic stand because I just can't keep gripping my microphone. So I'm talking about childhood principles, and as a kid, I was taught a lot. I was, and I could sit here to the second coming of Christ covering this, but for a lot of reasons I kind of can't. One is the heat. Two is two, and a bigger reason is I only have so much hardware space, and I know if I would sit down and do a talk about everything, about all my childhood principles that I've learned as a kid, I would burn up all my hard drive space. And I honestly speaking, my editing skills are zero. That's why every video, every message you hear is all raw and unedited, unaltered. So you're getting the straightforward me. Which, in my honest opinion, that's how it should be. I know there's some people that will. There's probably some pastors out there that will take and edit and butcher and yada yada yada. No, I'm one of these. I'm straightforward. Mostly because my editing skills are garbage, to put it mildly. But nevertheless, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. So I'm talking about some of the childhood principles, and all I can say is, by the grace of God, I am so thankful for the childhood principles that I was taught as a kid. Ow, sorry. I know you guys probably heard that on the other end of the camera. And what gets me, and maybe it's just this pastor's opinion, but what drives me nuts is people that are taught. Here's the thing: we're all taught principles that we need to carry through our everyday life. Sorry, I need my hands for this part. We're taught principles. Let's say it's the beginning of our life. We're taught childhood principles. Well, actually, let me switch it over this way. We're taught childhood principles at the beginning of our life. And what it is we'll take those principles that we've learned and we'll apply them for a few years. We get to be like teenagers and all. It's like they just basically go by the wayside. And here's what gets me. And I've said to myself, and maybe it's just this pastor, but how much better would society be if everybody took the principles that they were taught as child, not only kept them for a few years, but up into their adult lives and through their adult lives? Can I be real? Maybe I'm one of 7 billion people on this planet that honestly believes this. But I've gotten so much better and further ahead in life because of the childhood principles that I was taught as a kid and still apply to this day. Oh yeah, 39 and a half years old. Duh. And people wonder why I talk about these things. Because some of the ones I'm going to be covering on, I've noticed is a problem in our society today. And I can honestly say this, and maybe it's just this pastor's opinion, but I'm just going to stick. Can I take my neck and stick it out there? But here we go. If everybody took these principles, applied them, and used them through their entire life, I feel this way. About 99% of the problems we have in our society would be gone. I'm just being real. So, here I go. You know, one of the first childhood principles I was taught, and I noticed that's a major problem in today's society, is respect. And I'm just being Pastor Blunt for a second. And I am. I'm just being completely blunt and honest with y'all. I'm just being straightforward, blunt, and honest. Because here's the thing. We're taught, back when I was a kid growing up, respect, in my honest opinion, wasn't requested. It was a forced mandatory. Back in the 1980s, this is why I thank God. The respect wasn't requested, was a forced mandatory. Fast forward the calendar to today, and I see so many issues. In today's society with respect. And people having respect for authority. And here's the thing. I work at York's Walk Kingdom. I see this blatantly, people. Unless you are legally and completely blind, this is something that's so noticeable. Where kids don't respect their parents or figure their authority. I remember, true story, there was a few years back, and this happened to my actual father who works there, and he can verify this. As he actually is my assistant in the arcade. He's my secondary person when I'm not there at York's Walk Kingdom. So my father, when his health was a little bit better, one of his favorite rides to run was a train. And I guess one kid, just out of the blue, turned around and decided to take a swing at him. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the thing that would have made me want to ram a sermon down this that parent's throat. Because here's the thing. Yeah, it's the 21st century, and I know kids have no respect for the parents. But you look back in 1980, back in the 1980s, and I thank God my father taught me respect, because if I ever did that to my father, not only would I probably be picking up my teeth from off the asphalt, I'd probably be picking out asphalt out of my mouth, where I used to have teeth. And my father's both U.S. Army and U.S. Navy. My father's the last person on this planet anybody wants to cross. Because I guarantee you, especially me, I'll tell you this much. My father, one of these people, I learned to respect real quick. Because I know my father could kill me. And still could. And Lord willing, I know he's going for tests tomorrow. I'm just, may the Lord be with him through those tests, and I'm praying for great results. But here's the thing. Parents need to teach respect to their kids. And my honest opinion is this. And I'm probably going to get a lot of flack, a lot of hate mail, a lot of death threats. All I can say is just, I welcome them. I know it's going to be blowing up the comment section. But here's the thing. Parents, you need to teach your kids respect. Whether you want to or not. And here's the thing. I'm thankful for both my parents, my mother and father, teaching me respect. It's getting a point where it's getting atrocious. And it is. Another area that I've noticed, and maybe it's just my opinion, is something, again, we're all taught this as kids, and we need to just apply it to our everyday lives. And that is, it's really something that is rarely used. 3 words, you ready? Use your words. That's it. We're taught this as kids. We're taught this as kids. And we are. We're taught this as kids. At the youngest age. And I guarantee it, my sister is teaching my nieces. I can bet the farm and everything in it. My brother and his wife taught all 3 of my nephews this. So here's the thing. As kids, I guarantee you, kids are great with using their words. Just when did we become brain dead? And I'm talking to the teenagers and the adults out there. When did we become brain dead on using our words? Because here's the thing. We have so many problems in our society today because people don't use their words. Right here. Right here. You see what I'm pointing to? Our God-given two lips. Oh, we'll say everything on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all the social media, but never to one another when it's absolutely needed. You know, wake up, people. You know, and I mentioned this back in Super Mario Brothers 3. My at the arcade series, and you guys can go back and listen to that message. You know, but what would Mario have done if Toad never used his words? Was been screaming for help, like he was. I mean, honestly speaking, you load up in Super Mario Brothers 3, you see that map screen. You look down at that little castle, you're gonna see that little balloon with the word help. As he's screaming for help, he's using his words. I mean, can I be blunt for a second? You know, we go to society kind of like this these days. Come on, people. God gave us two lips to use our words. We need to stop being the silent society and start using our words. I know it seems so childish to say this, but I go to the Hampshire Motor Speedway every year. I'm going to be heading up there again in a couple of weeks for the NASCAR race. And, you know, some people think it's so childish, but I swear these signs mean so much. If you see something, say something. That's wide open ground to use your words. You know, here's the thing. It shouldn't stop. You know, using our words shouldn't stop after we become kids. And when we go from teenagers to adults. We need to be using it all the time. That's how you build actual relationships with people. Can I be real? Ever since I became a YouTube pastor, you know, started preaching here online at YouTube, it's opened the door for me to use my words. And I was one of these people, I hardly spoke to anybody. I did. Now, if you look at today, I try to talk to everybody. I mean, yeah, most people think it's a little childish, but frankly, to the people that feel that way, I'm just speaking the words of Patch Adams. If anybody's ever seen the movie, great movie. I should do it for an At the Movies sometime. But Patch Adams says this, and I go and excuse the vernacular behind it. But frankly speaking, to those people that think it's childish that I actually use my words, I feel this way. I don't give a rat's ass. I don't. Because here's the thing. We need to use our words. We need to stop being a silent society. We need to start using our words. Because I guarantee it, just those two I talked about tonight. Respect and using our words. How much better would our society be? How fewer problems would we have? But here's the thing. Those two principles. And I could sit here to the second coming of Christ listing another probably about 200,000. You know, most people think I'm nuts. Or it's wrong, because I guarantee you, that I enjoy, and I'll be real saying this, because I honestly feel that there's better young kid shows out there than the stuff for adults. You know, I grew up in the 80s. Watching all those ragdolls throw together, here it is kind of shows. I know, keeping up with 3 nephews and now my niece, watching all those kid shows, I'm one of a few people I can keep up with them. I'm one of a few. But here's the thing. Can I be Pastor Blunt? To my favorite channels, and by the way, if you look on my iPhone and in the Fuller Smart TV, both of these are in there. I'm going to make your jaw hit the floor. Disney Jr., Nick Jr. Yeah, I just said it. Mic drop. Yeah. But I'll tell you this much. These shows on there that are better for adults than the garbage that's coming out for adults. Can I be blunt? You know, we need to get, can I be right? We need to get into a society that we go back to using these principles. In my honest opinion, I think a lot of it's just being so reliant on technology. I think a lot of people need a technology detox. I know for most people, they'd probably lose their ever-living mind. I remember a long time back, and if I could find a sponsor, I'd do it. I could probably easily knock it out of the ballpark. You just wouldn't get any messages for a month. I seen this posting on Facebook. You're given a cabin in the woods. You can have whatever you want except one thing. Technology. No technology. Cabin in the woods. You're given all the supplies you need. They're all paid for and everything else. You can have whatever you want. You can take whatever you want with you except no technology. 30 days. You complete the 30 days. When you walk out of that house after 30 days, there's going to be a guy there there's going to be a person there with a briefcase. Inside of that briefcase, cash in the amount of $100,000. I'm like, if I could find a sponsor, I would do it. Just to show that it can be done. I mean, I guarantee you, I would love to force some of these people that are so wrapped around, that live off technology like it's nobody's business. But we live in a society that's so wrapped around technology. That's so reliant of it. And I can put at the top of that list millennials. But here's the thing. Technology is great and all, but it's more of a tool. That's all it is. And I know I did a sermon on that. I'm not getting into that. But, technology is great as a tool. Nothing more, nothing less. It, it's when you rely on it, that's a problem. I'm probably rambling on later than I wanted to. But, my hope and prayer is this. That we all learn from these responsibilities. These childhood principles. The two I talked about, which is respect and using our words. And I know there's others out there. I'm going to probably wrap up. And Lord willing, my next one I'm actually going to be doing. And it might be a little weird, but it's kind of an about me, where I'm actually sharing some things that you probably don't know about me. Yeah. So, which I'm going to have a slight featurette in that. So, yeah, and that will be tomorrow night by the grace of God. If I'm not completely passed out, because I know it's going to be about 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit over the next day or two. So, Lord willing, I hope to be back with everybody. I'm planning on being with everybody tomorrow night. And then we flip the calendar to July, which I start into my my July series, which not only do I do, Live Church does, my home church, Next Level Church, does, and that is At the Movies, which I'm hoping everybody gets out to. With that being said, dear God, I thank you for this time, allowing me to just, share my heart to the people out there on a couple of childhood principles. God, I know I could be here to the second coming of Christ, covering so many different childhood principles. But I know I'm probably struck a nerve with a few people on these two. I know I did inside of myself. It's kind of a reminder that, sometimes I screw up on these stupid principles. But I know you're helping me get through this. God, I thank you again. In Jesus' name, amen. I don't want the closing experience without giving people the opportunity to give their life to Jesus Christ like I did. And I made it very simple here at YouTube. Right below me is the comments. Just jump in the comments section, type in and give my life to Jesus Christ. And get yourself put in a great Bible-believing church. And there are multiple out there. The churches I always talk about is, the story that I always talk about is, the first one, my home church, currently led under the direction of Pastor Josh Gagnon, and that is Next Level Church. And for locations and times of Next Level Church, you check out nextlevel.church. Another great church is our pastor's mentor, Pastor Craig Rochelle. And he pastors Life Church. And for locations and times of Life Church, you can check out life.church. The third one is the same church that led me to Christ just over 21 years ago. Little church on Lower Main Street in North Park, Maine, known as Bethel Christian Church. And that's led under the direction of Pastor Robert Cole Jr. Pastor Robert Cole Sr., who led me to Christ, is with the Lord. They're an old school style traditional church. Sunday school is at 9 a.m. Sunday mornings at 10:15 a.m. Sunday night is at 6 p.m. And Wednesday night is at 7 p.m. I thank everybody for your time. God bless you all. Jesus loves you 92. Lord willing, I will see everybody probably tomorrow night for About Me. Take care. God bless you all. Good night.